All right, so for this video, we're going to be talking about alignment, and it's really one of those factors that many people overlook in terms of not only your practice, but actually playing out on the golf course also. So if you're struggling with kind of shot dispersion, lefts, rights, etc., alignment, club face, body is really an important place to start off. So let's firstly discuss what good alignment would really look like. And we've got a golf ball down here, and we've got some sticks down kind of trending towards this target out here, this purple flag that we're going to aim at. So very important when we look at alignment. Let's talk about the club face first. So where should that club face be aligned? And that's why we have this green alignment stick out here. That's for the club face, and that's going to be pointing directly at our target, okay? So where we want that golf ball to realistically start. And then we have another alignment stick just over here, what we call parallel left. So on the same line, but just parallel. So they're never really meeting each other. And this alignment stick down here is for my feet, my hips or my pelvis, and my chest or my shoulder. So when we look at alignment, what really is a good alignment system to have would be one where the club face is pointing directly at my target, and the feet, the hips and the shoulders are actually pointing what we call parallel left. So some people will use that train track analogy to kind of create that nice visual image of two lines running parallel to each other but never really meeting. So that in essence would be what great alignment is. Now, everybody has their own little idiosyncratic moves of maybe aiming a little bit right or a little bit left, and that's okay. But when we get large variations, so for example, a player very much aiming to the right with their body, to the left with the club face, or likewise to the left with their body, to the right with the club face, that's when we can encounter issues. So that's really what great alignment is. Now, how do we really practice great alignment? So there's many different ways to do this. Now, what I would advise you doing before you do anything else is set up a system like this. So basically what we would do, and I'm going to move these sticks out of the way. If I was practicing my alignment, I would get behind my target, and basically I would put one stick down right towards my target, okay? So that's my stick right down towards my target. And then from there, if I'm going to be hitting my golf balls around where this golf ball is, what I'll then do is I'll just step in and I'll just move that stick back a little bit. And that's going to be about halfway between where my feet are and where the golf ball is. And just to give me a little bit of a kind of a visual reference point, okay? So it doesn't have to be exact. I don't really want that stick to be on your feet either. It can be a bit restrictive when it is there. So just a nice general kind of guideline to start off with, okay? So if we do that again one more time just to show you. So at the start of your session, roughly from where you're going to be hitting straight towards your target, move it over a little bit. And now forgive me if that's a little bit off in terms of the camera angle, but you'll get the idea. And then that's somewhere about halfway between where my feet or where my body would be and where the golf ball is. So then really, how do I practice that? Do I simply stand here and repeatedly hit golf shots? Absolutely not. Because we know when we get out in the golf course, we're not going to be in the same position every time where the target's going to be straight ahead of us. It's going to be tilted to the right, tilted to the left, etc. So what I want to practice really is the routine of it. So here's how I practice that routine. So I step back on each shot, get my target, walk in, club face goes down first to the target, and then I build my stance around that using this alignment stick as the reference point, okay? So if I did get set up, face went in, and I get set up and I look down now I can see the feet are very much aligned to the left of that alignment stick, so I can correct that, get it right. And then I have an option. I can go ahead and hit from there, or I can simply step back out again and go through that same routine, wanting to get it a little bit more correct this time. So again, club face to target first, build my stance around it, and from there I'm pretty happy and content with where I am. Now, that's a really important factor. We're one to build the routine of creating good alignment, not simply put ourselves in the position of great alignment. Because again, this has to be applicable on the golf course. So really when you're working on alignment, I'd love that routine to be in place. Once you get very good at the routine, then definitely that stick can be enough to kind of keep it basically or maintain it as you go and practice. Now, one of those things that you might encounter, what might be the issues with creating this better alignment, is the visual reference frame for you of where the target is might change. So for example, if I had a tendency previously to aim very far to the right hand side, and now I create this correct alignment or more applicable alignment, when I get set up, it's going to feel like to me that I'm aiming way out here, and that's going to adjust how the hands, the club and the body will move. So what's very important is we allow for that. That's a good thing. That's changing how to move and how to swing moves without really thinking about a technical or a segmental differential. So basically changing how the swing goes or travels due to creating improved or correct alignment systems at the setup position. So you are more relative to what your target. Again, everything we do in golf swing is very much connected to where we want to go. So that's really, really important. So the challenge being we have a golf ball in this direction, but we want to travel in this direction. So if we can relate everything to that target, this game becomes an awful lot simpler. So that's really what alignment is, what great alignment is, a very, very simple way of setting it up and a nice way to practice it. So now what we're also going to talk about is how can we develop that practice a little bit more to make it more applicable to when we're actually on the golf course. And here's where we kind of bring in a second alignment stick and maybe have two different targets. So let's say we keep this target here for the purple flag, and what we might do then, just as an example, is we might set one up over here for this target over here. Now I know you can't see that off the camera, but we have a different target over here. So then I'd have two different setups. So get another golf ball here, put it down here. And so basically then I can go, let's go left side first. This target being over to that left-hand side, create that great alignment. And from there I could just go ahead and hit. And now I'm going to go back, again, create the routine again. This time I'm going to a different target. So very similar to what might happen on a golf course where the target, the reference target is always changing. So now I'm going to go straight down to this target here. Try the same thing. And then again, just really, really working on creating the routine of great alignment. So when we're talking about alignment, number one, what is great alignment? Very much the club face aiming at the target, the feet, the hips, the shoulders, the body aiming parallel left of that for a right-handed golfer, parallel right for a left-handed golfer. How do we create that? Well, it's really, really practice, okay? We got to practice the routine of great alignment. How do we do that? Using alignment sticks. So setting up our alignment station at the very, very start. Not the alignment stick on the feet, but just a nice reference between where a ball would be and where my body would be. How do we then push that a step further to really replicate what happens on a golf course? Create different setups. So if you have the room and the space, nearly kind of one alignment station over here, one over here, and then just switch and alternate between the two. But again, what's very, very important is create a great routine for alignment. Club face first, build the body around that, and that'll really, really help you in practicing better alignment, and that'll help the golf swing become a little bit more what we all want, that little bit more consistency.